Hi everyone. Today we're going to rank carbohydrates on a tier list. Very late to this trend. Recently, I've really been missing gluten. So today I'm giving in and we're ranking them because I miss them. Anyways, let's get started. First we have whole wheat bread. You know, whole wheat bread is that type of thing that nobody wants to eat, but we feel like we have to eat it. Who actually likes it? Actually me. I kind of like it, but I don't like it when there's like crap inside of it. Like when there's like seeds and like chunks of shit. Like I just want a smooth surface to lay some nut butter on. It makes me question society. Like, why is it brown, but then other bread isn't brown? Like, isn't all bread whole wheat bread because it's all made from wheat? It confuses me. Next we have white rice. I know some people that like white rice plain. No. White rice is there as a canvas. It only adds value to your life and to society if it's painted on. Sure. Like, I get it, so it doesn't make me question society. But when I have white rice, like, white rice doesn't excite me. Next we have white bread. Why is whole wheat bread so brown, but white bread is so white, but the outside is brown? Like, how does that work? Also makes me question society. Tortillas, oh, easy. I'm so sad when tortillas are over. Tortillas are the best. When you're not eating it with something, it's like the tortillas are like out on the counter or like in the fridge, and you're just like ripping off pieces of tortilla to like snack on. Like, that is the best. And when you get to the end, it's like you're genuinely disappointed. Now we have spaghetti noodles. Now, this isn't spaghetti with red sauce. Like, all these are just plain. Unpopular opinion, I don't like spaghetti noodles. When I think about them, I get a headache. I don't like the sensation of twirling and then the slurping. It all collects on your lip. I don't love it. I'm never like, spaghetti. I get spaghetti. It makes sense to me. Sure. If I go to somebody's house and they're having spaghetti, like, I'll eat it. I will survive. Everything will be fine. Next, sourdough bread. Easy. Healing powers. Sourdough bread it's the shit. I love sourdough bread and I miss it. Here's what I miss the most. A piece of the Trader Joe's sourdough bread that I haven't prepared, but my mom has prepared in the toaster, vegan butter, the almond butter from Costco, which I also can no longer eat because I'm allergic to. That's what I miss. I literally cried about it the other week. Sourdough bread, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's like a little black dress. It's perfect. Then we have, what is this? Oh, rye bread, done.
Burn in the pits of motherfucking hell.
Rye bread is the worst thing that we could have ever created as a society. Whoever created rye bread, I have a lot of questions for you and I'm not happy with you. I've had rye bread once and I spit it out. It was horrible. If you like rye bread, I'm concerned for you. It's not bread. It's just a brick of trash. When I ate it, I thought it was chocolate bread. Why did it have to deceive me like that? It lied to me and it did me dirty, and it deserves to burn in the pits of hell. Nothing can save that bitch. Nothing. All right, up next, it looks like we have pita bread. I'm gonna say sure, just because I don't want to offend Greece. There's nothing wrong with pita bread, but I'm not like, ooh, pita. Oh, let's go to the store and get some pita bread, or can't forget to pick up the pita bread. That's not what's happening in my life. So, penne pasta. I am so sad when penne pasta is over. Now, I've actually been on an emotional journey with penne pasta in my life. I used to really like it, and then I stopped eating it because I had a traumatic experience with penne pasta one time. I could have gotten so much done. I could have felt so much love and joy and excitement. And now when I enjoy penne pasta with my vegan squash mac and cheese, I am overwhelmed with excitement. And when it's over, I have feelings of longing, missing, sadness, grief, loss. I think that's a well-deserving place for the penne pasta. Gluten-free bread. Since becoming gluten-free, I have tried just about every brand and flavor of gluten-free bread. It's just not the same, and it will never be the same. And brands who think that they are making a product that is the same, you're incorrect. correct and you will never be correct. And it breaks my heart because I am not the only one suffering in the gluten-free department, and I feel bad for us. Garlic bread, healing powers, easy, done. Garlic bread, this doesn't need an explanation. If you are somebody who doesn't like garlic bread, you're not a real human. You're a part of the simulation. It's just like a default, like we are born default liking garlic bread. It's a hereditary thing. Like it's just genetics. Like it's just straight facts, just science. So there's no argument. You eat garlic bread and you instantly feel like you could outrun Usain Bolt in a marathon. So up next we have flavored bagels. So these are things like everything bagels, cinnamon bagels, onion bagels, the Parmesan-y cheesy ones. These bagels, I'm very sad when they're over. Hopefully you're aware of my obsession with bagels. I used to eat a bagel every single morning. There was no questions asked. Not a single day skipped. Like I would literally travel with my own bagels when we went on vacation. Like I would bring my own bagels and toppings, like all of high school, until my doctor was like, no gluten. And I literally got in the car and cried because my first concern was my bagel in the morning. But I never had a ton of experience with the savory flavored bagels. It's hard for me to say, but because I love bagels so much and they're so close to my heart, I can only assume that I would be really sad if it was over. Next, we have the chocolate chip bagel. If there was a ranking above has healing powers, the chocolate chip bagel would be there. The chocolate chip bagel, to me, is the number one carb. Not only is it a bagel, which is the number 2 carb, but it's a chocolate chip bagel. I don't know what else there is to say. Listen closely. It cannot be a chocolate chip bagel that you get from the store. It cannot be a chocolate chip bagel that you tried to make at home. It cannot be a chocolate chip bagel from some weird bagel place on the street. This is a chocolate chip bagel from Einstein Bagels. There is no greater meal than a Einstein Bagels chocolate chip bagel that they have sliced all crooked from the store. You toast that shit. On goes the vegan butter. On goes cream cheese. On top of that, love. I'm literally tearing up. Until you've had that full combination, you cannot argue against me. You have no right, no place to argue against me. All right, let's move forward. Next is quinoa. Sure. I eat a lot of quinoa, because I know, I give off quinoa vibes, and it's true, I eat a lot of quinoa. But quinoa on its own, not the hottest of things. Quinoa in stuff, quinoa mixed with broccoli and sweet potato, hell yeah. Sprinkled on a salad, sure. It can make things exciting, but on its own, it's not very fun. You know what? I actually relate to quinoa. On my own, not very fun. Me with a camera, me with other people, oh, it's so fun. Next are these dinner rolls. I've only had these a limited amount of time in my life. I can still taste it. When you think of it, I can taste it. I can feel the texture of ripping it. I know the feeling. I feel it in my heart. But also, why is it sweet? And why are they all stuck together? How did they get them to stick together? And why do they have the same consistency of a marshmallow? While they are so good, it's they're too good to be true. How did we get from point A to point B? Makes me question society. Up next, we have croissants. I'm sad when they're over because they're so small and you eat them so fast. A croissant takes up a lot of area, but its internal volume is not so great. They're not satisfying, but they're really fucking good. All right, anyways. Then we have ciabatta rolls. I'm gonna give ciabatta rolls, sure. I've had a lot of ciabatta rolls in my life, specifically the ones from Trader Joe's. With butter, they're great. If you try to make a sandwich on a ciabatta roll, it's a little too much. It's not a Hawaiian's king roll, but it's not sourdough. It's just bread. It's not sliced bread. It's not crusted bread. It's just bread. It's fine. Brown rice, again, sure. You gotta dress it up. You gotta dress up any sort of rice. It doesn't scare me as much because sometimes white rice can just look a little too white and you're how Okay, then we have breadsticks. Makes me question society. And I know I'm gonna get roasted for this. Is it a hot dog bun? Is it garlic bread? I don't like the feeling of like eating a stick. Maybe that's just me. I've also never eaten a breadstick and been like, damn, that was really good. Like, it's not my first choice. It's just a stick of bread. Kind of like sausages. Sausages really bother me. It's just a stick of meat. Like, it's just a lump of meat. Bow tie pasta. This is a tough one. Bow tie pasta is only fun when it's cooked all the way, because the ends, they trick you. The ends of the bow ties can get all cooked and whatever, and you're like, oh, it's done. But then you eat like the center of where it's pinched and it wasn't done yet. I'm gonna have to give this one sure, questioning whoever decided to cut out a whole bunch of little rectangles and individually squish them to look like a men's accessory. But when it's cooked really good and when it's cooked all the way through and you get a fun sauce on there, eat it cold, eat it in a pasta salad. When that shit's over, I wanna cry my heart out. Next, we have bread that is in a basket at a restaurant. I thought this was important to include. I'm sad when it's over. Just plain and simple. I think we can all agree. There's nothing better than going to a restaurant and figuring out that they're the type of restaurant. They are one of these superior restaurants that serves bread before you get your meal. The worst is when the bread comes and you're with other people and you gotta like do the math in your head. It's like, all right, it's 5 pieces and there's 4 of us. We can all split the last piece. 2 people can split the last piece. 1 person can eat the last piece. Next, we have baguettes. Baguettes make me question society. Just a stick of bread. Now, I will give baguettes one thing. They are convenient and transportable because you can just like grab a baguette. You could use it as a self-defense weapon. If you've got the baguette and you cut it this way, it's only like a little piece. Too small to make like a sandwich with. And then if you have the baguette and you try to like cut it like this way, it's like, well, you can't eat. It shouldn't have to be that complicated. You gotta like strategize. How many people do we have over? How many pieces do I need to cut? If the crust is too crispy, it like tears up the roof of my mouth. Like it like scrapes all my gums and stuff. And then it's like bleeding and sore. Maybe that's just a me problem. Last but not least, the plain bagel. No argument there. Absolutely no argument. There have been numerous occasions in my life in which I have been either in distress, in emotional pain, in physical pain, on my dying deathbed, whatever, and I have eaten a bagel and I have been saved. And that is where we end this video. I'm glad we did that. And if you disagree with me, that is completely fine. I have probably had a much different, emotional journey with carbs than you, and you might have a different emotional journey with carbs than the next person. We've all experienced carbohydrates and gluten differently, and that's okay. In case I ever am all of a sudden not allergic to gluten again, just know I will be eating a bagel first. Preferably a chocolate chip bagel from Einstein's, but with no cream cheese, but instead with vegan cream cheese, because I can't do cream cheese anymore. I had like chronic diarrhea for a year. It wasn't good. Anyways, peace out. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and comment. See you next time. Okay, bye.